Finally, international break, it's over. The international break, over. And then as it stands now, most of the clubs and recorded a single injury in all of the games on my boy in international break. Everything is done. All of the games in the World AFCON qualifiers, in the World Cup qualifiers, the Asia and the Euro Asia parts, Again, there was the UEFA Nations League in there, the various teams, and of course, Copa America qualifications so was played by the Copa America teams in South America. That was done, and all of them, there hasn't been a single injury over there, especially for clubs BTC Real Madrid, clubs BTC Chelsea, club BTC Barcelona, club BTC Arsenal there. They were a little bit unlucky, only a little bit unlucky, and we had some injuries to the last time to Martin Odegaard, the other one to Abati friend Bukayo Saka. But this time, there have been no injuries with respect to the players that I want to have. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Good morning to everybody here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you sending a catch on. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And thank you for turning notification. And thank you. Share link. We give you the best in terms of football tactical analysis. It doesn't get any better than you get it from me. So stick and stay. Subscribe to the channel. So subscribe. Turn on notification if you haven't done that. And make sure say in the notification turn you do choose all Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I have big stuff for you and in everything that's going on in there. Chelsea don't have a plan for all of my players my injuries. They have 5 basic plans for all of them players on my injuries. Now, say Abia Refia, Chelsea began to record injuries about 2 seasons ago. It didn't start when Mauricio Pochettino became Chelsea manager. Now, when all of those things started to say about and that Chelsea, now medical team were worried. In fact, in England, you spend almost £54,000 per injury, regardless of the variety of the injury our player need to do. An average of £54,000, and a club not spending on any player that gets injured. It had become a big deal on them. Say, loses car. The players don't play, they still pay the monies, and how the players will recover. So they don't want any injuries again. And it kept on worrying them. See, train. Something is bothering me now. I want to push it in here. May I show you what's the story of Kylian Mbappe? Wako Sweden. Oma, this morning, the Swedish police have told local media Sweden, say Mbappe is being investigated, and this is something that is very serious, and Mbappe needs to be very careful. Now, tell Swedish police have confirmed to local media that Kylian Mbappe is subject to a complaint of rape and sexual assault. The footballer was staying at a bank hotel, and it is claimed the alleged rape took place on Thursday night. The story is that Kylian Mbappe had told the French national team, say, when it comes to say a person focus on Madrid, anyhow a person will not time no fit no a lot of Madrid games until from now to the next World Cup, any of the other qualifications, the game it's a Nations League they're not any too important for a French national team. He would want to sit out of it or Mobi or catch on. The French Football Federation were not too happy about what Mbappe had told them. No one happy about it. In fact, they had contacted Mbappe's mother, Faisal Amari. They had contacted his father, Wilfred Mbappe. And Omobi son is this the plan you want for your son? And answer one or yes, because he's the French captain now. Onunti, somebody can insinuate Onunti and Antoine Griezmann say French national team go Mobi, for whatever reason, maybe true, may not be true. But he's essentially the French national team captain until they want him there. But also, to me say in terms of the grand scheme of things, Mbappe knows it's so consistent for Real Madrid to be able to become the face of Madrid, to be able to unseat Vinicius Jr., to be able to stand the chance of winning the Ballon d'Or or Madrid honor. He needs to make certain level of sacrifices. Because the Ukraine said, Jude Bellingham and Busiano, so they want him to win the Ballon d'Or. It's not as if for them, they are just waiting. Jude is not, didn't just go to Real Madrid for going sake. His mother, will plan some man. Denise, will plan some man about Jude. Ne papa no so will plan some man about Jude. And the same for the Mbappe family. For Vinicius Jr. and Busiano, they know that they've served Madrid to a large extent. And if somebody's supposed to win the Ballon d'Or, and they have to go and win the Ballon d'Or. Nti, all of these dynamics are there. Now, Okan's Assembly French Football Federation name. And on Mbappe now, and then enough for echo away to Sweden for holiday. Listen to the story carefully. On enough for Sweden for holiday, of course. Holiday destinations yes, they chose to go to Sweden for whatever reason best known to them. And almost Sweden. Now, almost Sweden now. It was on Thursday night. France for no ball on Wednesday. And that story nearby say Mbappe girl be a local Swedish police on a report it. Say Mbappe invited the band hotel room. Now Mbappe assisting it. There was an element of rape in there. First one about wanting the Daily Mail reporting. Mail reporting quickly Mbappe and Kasa near Torah Jenny on Kasa didn't on Twitter. Eka say fake news. And then he knew that these things will come out. And no more forget it. Then reports began to also come out from Madrid. Say, oh, Mbappe, now Madrid had a crisis meeting over him the night before. Say, I didn't know how can they contact the Swiss police? Can they make sure they get the full issue in there? In fact, yesterday, a lot of even Madrid outlets are even some reporting Madrid positive news. When Madrid players reported, Mbappe doesn't look sound. He doesn't look like he's okay. Because something probably is brewing in Sweden. What I'm saying is that meaning so be a kind of story of Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. Neymar invited girl be in the hotel room. One no idea girl. Now luckily there was a video evidence in the room. Ibi and the referee, she go and ask Benjamin Mendy. Benjamin Mendy say do maybe no. Now a Sterling mo Bernardo Silva mo na born a boss for him to pay child support. No ni capre. So we a young footballer with Mbappe. They've managed him so well. I hope he is not going to allow himself throw his career down the ditch and plummet as bad as it can be. I hope so. Because in these people, they will mess him up. They will mess him up. And some of these things, me, I'm very, very particular about it because it's important. When you're a young man, but especially when you're in the limelight like this, you can't allow yourself to be used. You cannot. You just cannot afford it. The Mbappe needs to be very, very careful. Oh, what's our story here? A break on. Let me go back to international break now. What is going on at Chelsea Football Club? The plan they have for them. Any of the injured players now. The 4 basic plans at Chelsea want more of the injured players. Now, make catch say international break near boy. Nobody from Chelsea, most especially most of the clubs, injuries. And I think it's a fairly better international break if you compare to the past international breaks. Now, and now like this, Moise Caicedo won the last game for Ecuador, Uruguay and a boy, and out of 28 attempted passes, out of 33 attempted passes, Moise Caicedo, completed 28 of them, about 2 key passes, about 4 passes into the final third, 4 over 5 accurates long balls, 3 over 5 tackles won, 2 interceptions, 10 recoveries, 10 over 14 ground balls won, and Ocean rating, 7.9 rating, according to a lot of the people in South America. The best central defensive midfielder in South America. And I'm not going to say about your friend Moises Caicedo. He was instrumental. Mind you, said Sisi Onosan, the captain of the Ecuadorian national team. Very, very important thing for Abrante's friend Moises Caicedo. Do not forget where he came from. Baby Amika Sassewe. The story of Caicedo from Brighton and Hove Albion to Chelsea. It didn't just happen. It wasn't going on. And again, Mika said the Juma Pochettino here in and around that time to get these players in the mental shape and to grow them before say Maresca will take you over from them has been spot on in that regard, and that's exactly where they are now in terms of near SSA of course. And now so apparently friend Enzo Fernandez also about another huge game against Bolivia. Argentina share also 108 over 113 accurate passes, most in the game. And memory officer said Enzo Fernandez echo Argentina. He plays in the deep line playmaking role. A boy in a single 6. On now in front of the back line, and he dictates the pace of the game over there. Now, maybe some say if Argentina say Enzo ko Argentina, he's able to play as a 6 there, but one team boss out Chelsea. At Chelsea, at Argentina, most of the teams don't press them. Most of the teams ain't too physical. What they do is that he sits, and the team's not a ball in the mid block, in the low block, and I know Enzo Fernandez will sit in front of them and dictate the pace of the game with the range of passing, or ball short, or ball long, or ball diagonal, or a lot of any yard of pass that you want on our branch Enzo Fernandez to do. He does the job excellently well how he dictates the pace of the games now. So he did it yesterday, and he was one of the best in the game. 24 passes into the final third, 9 over 7 accurate long balls, 3 interceptions, 5 recoveries, 3 over 5 ground balls now. And then he had 1 assist also in the second half, and also football for Emmanuel, and 8 in terms of the number of a year boy or from the other players no in able game, and almost everybody air returning into the English Premier League, for Chelsea, and nobody is injured as it stands now. Any good news now. Chelsea say there are 3 specific players that almost 2 games in a week that until the end of the season, and that's their main way of person managing. And me start here for Reece James injury na ekoneba. According to the Chelsea medical team, because almost spending too much money on players' injuries, now Omodu Baby they want to curtail all of Sunday man. One of the things that's important is to use data and in the various softwares to check the player's load until there is no way to overload any player. It's my man clear cut example. So Ushe will be to say Wesley Fofana, West Kokoboma, the French national team in the international break. Okay, all of the games were moving. They just allow the French. Guys, okay. First time, August Ombra, Okaso Peso in the recovery. One back this time, they want him to now come and fraternize with the team. But all more games, Obe continue the rehabilitation. Nana or Koba or French national team or the French Clairefontaine on them, and then he'll do that job over there. So he didn't play. They are being extra careful in making sure say players no Ibra Embo Mugi. 2, it is same for Reece James. Chelsea medical team no believe he say when it comes to Reece James, he is behind the old age. And another medical say Reece has been fit and has returned to training almost 4 weeks in almost a whole month ago. But Chelsea were clear with him, say they will never force him to go and play any game. I'm not forcing him. They will allow him to be there. On your individual training, on your very fit, who say at the end heal it properly. Then they go on adding to team training. When they get into team training, and also they will not use him. And this weekend game at Chelsea against Liverpool, these games on Mobi. Maybe he will travel with the team, but on Mobi. Even the subsequent one on Mobi. Sad games in Chelsea are planning not to force him to play. He should train with the team. They will ease him in slowly, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 9 minutes. Then they will ease him, it will not also overburden Malo Gusto. So, Malo Gusto so nagging injury, being getting one more woman when you're muscle in Jigakra, woman when you're tying Jigakra, what's in a few 2 games, 1 game, this animal. Chelsea don't want that thing to become a normal thing at ABC on the boy. I don't know, so they will be prepared. Until they are watching the Malo Gusto one also very, very carefully. No more pushes okay, then fine. Yen planning, yen making sure the boys need prepare. Then finally, it is the bit about a branch of Romeo Lavia. Maybe Romeo Lavia position all ball Chelsea, the most intense position that anybody will play in. Now, when I say the most intense, what I'm trying to say is that baby are all ball. It's a place where Romeo Lavia, Obibo gamer, they need to press, they need to be aggressive, they need to cover ground, they need to do all of those things. In Russia, Romeo Lavia returning on a single game cry. Mama na training, about team training, about team, no Chelsea travel the game against Nottingham Forest. Enzo Maresca Manambobi. He just sat him on the bench. Be very, very sure say with the 2 weeks international break about why you're more rehabilitation or about why you're training with the team. And then if you Chelsea training pictures, he has one of them in there. In the game against Liverpool, he will play. And I know Chelsea Enzo Fernandez Asana said Bisa. After say Argentina won my last game against Bolivia and Argentina. After they babechi Argentina and then Wednesday or Ghana. So Oko, it means that by baby Thursday and Ado or Ghana and Sana Argentina reaction and Sana beating you sorry or fly so he will come through that side. He will get to the UK somewhere around late Saturday. So most likely Liverpool game, you don't be fit enough to play. The baby Romeo Lavia, now baby Abrantia, your friend Moises Caicedo, who is easier on a bonnet match earlier. It's easier for him to also go in there. Makato said Bolivia time is way different from all of them. And from there, or no Abrantia friend Caicedo can now join the team by Enzo Fernandez middle. Chelsea have been careful with the management of our players. and to make sure say they will do it. And now, say, I mean, what's the probability? Say England for someone to share manager. Almost preview. Almost share manager. Now, they only get it when Chelsea sporting directors now speaking about almost plan on how they did their project. And then I make actually say Uti will be to say stewards more, any shouts more, and the things they say that. For me, the thing that struck me fully was the bit about how Enzo Maresca has the ability to coach the team, but has the personality to lead the team like Chelsea. A top notch. It means that in terms of temperament, it doesn't blow like when you're at the extremes, when you're too calm, when you're too aggressive. And I think that if you look at the kind of coaches Chelsea have had in the last 3 years, who have been sacked based on temperament, the balance in terms of temperament have not been there. It's like that example here, Graham Potter. Graham Potter is too cool, too calm, too nice. He's not a bad person. And yes, if you are born with coaching, you can coach. But probably the personality to lead a team like Chelsea, you need more than just being a nice guy. And I think I've used this phrase for a very, very long time. Then you go to the other side where there's Thomas Tuchel, excellent manager. For me, one of the best knockout managers in the history of the game. I've seen it before. I've lived it with Werner, Havertz, any Messi Mount. Turning these regular players into world beaters or the Champions League was huge. He nearly did it again the next season after at Santiago Bernabeu for Madrid. Again, last season. Or the Alexander Pavlovich, more anybody in a call Madrid. And everybody who watched the game saw the quality on show from coach and friend Thomas Tuchel. But the problem is that Thomas Tuchel blows too hot. And Oshe even all the commentary around England for no more a new coach or a top notch or a German, all of these things, or a quality near the arena. The biggest headache for them is that whilst Thomas Tuchel is an excellent manager, he's a top German, he understands his job now. Almost everywhere he has gone, he has fallen out with owners, sporting directors, any people at the boardroom. Mainly because he's too honest. And I've said it several times, you need the temperament, the balance in temperament to navigate the corporate structure, the corporate politics. It's important in every facet of life. You need it. You need to know when you're supposed to be angry, get angry, let people know your worth. But when you're supposed to also play ball, play your ball just to get what you want. And that's the issue of Thomas Tuchel. It happened at Dortmund. It happened when he went to Paris Saint-Germain. It happened when he came to Chelsea. It happened again back when he went to FC Bayern Munich. All of these extremisms doesn't really help. But like the Chelsea sporting directors in Enzo Maresca, will be he may stand in the touch and look like he's a calm man on pen on one side where he didn't. But say or crack a whip on the players now or you're very firm on decisions that doesn't mean words. And I'll always go back to the Raheem Sterling decision. So then I pre-season, so I share no ball, me had a model about Sterling no boy. And about pretty much the way catch up say see. My show me now. Matter say more case Raheem Sterling saying minute to your boy. My analysis now. Raheem Sterling doesn't have a future with us. So tonight I see I'm in Mbappe. And my man Mbappe will affect the dynamics of the team. It's sure Raheem Sterling will not play. And this is Raheem Sterling. For Man City, winning multiple English Premier Leagues. Won the Champions League with them. Like when it comes to Raheem Sterling, I'm talking about one of the best. See the people say it's okay, or the issues about dressing room. It's about being firm, being honest, being straightforward, knowing what you want and standing by it. Enzo Maresca Enzo Maresca being firm. And you're very important too. At the highest level, it's important. And that's the reason behind who being I will deliver. Apart from the taxes, everybody knows that the taxes needed, he's there, he can get a job done, and he's getting things done. But at the end of the day, he is doing exactly what he has to do our games, and that's exactly why you give a lot of credit to our brand here and your friend Enzo Maresca. And like I was saying, and now training went on again. Romeo Lavia and Enzo Maresca were pictured together in training. And they seem to be preparing for that big game against Liverpool. Of course, there's James returning back to team training again for the first time since preseason, was involved once more as he continues his return to full fitness. Like I told you, Chelsea will not rush our branch friend Reece James back into the team. And now Chelsea's sporting directors, almost say they were not sure so Man City will sell them Cole Palmer. And I told you the story. Maybe I saw let me recount for you again. They had seen him, they had discussed him. So boy, we didn't know better. Joe Shield has sent them a dossier about Cole Palmer. Almost sharing the numbers, then the data, and then the video evidence. He was a top-notch player. But if it was okay, maybe it won't really happen. You say if it will happen, then eventually the boy Cole Palmer now comes in last minute. Obi be team now so again Joe Shield take catch himself. See, they went back to Manchester City. City said, okay, bring money, 40 million. And on the J for our friend Cole Palmer in there right after the international break, then into Christmas. Chelsea Christmas games about the international break. There are a lot of big games then to the next international break in November. Right after that, there isn't any other international break, but this time festive fixtures in Christmas. Chelsea will Southampton Wednesday December 4th, Sunday December 8th against Tottenham Hotspur. Sunday, December 15th, about Brentford. Then December 22nd, about Everton. Then December 26th, Fulham. December 30th, about Ipswich. 14th December, about Bournemouth game. 20th December, about Wolves. Then 25th of January, then Chelsea comes in to come and play team my friend Manchester City. Mind you, say again, this season there will be no breaks. There will be no Christmas breaks for English Premier League teams. And everything seems signed and wait to see how all of those things do pan out in there. Barca are getting almost everybody back, like I did mention. My brand here friend Gavi back into Barca training to your Barca in India. Good news for you. Gavi back into training. Gavi will be called for the first match against Sevilla and could play some minutes. My character for me, my favorite Barcelona player, brand here friend Gavi. Excellent player. People think that he's a 10. In my opinion, Gavi more box to box, more of an 8. He works very hard without the ball, works very well with his brain, also with the ball. He's able to receive in very, very tight spaces, or a very good technical player. Excellent chance creation ability from the boy, friend of Gavi. And of course, also a dominative ability, and he's one of the best I can get after that injury. The Euro Slim, that he's back for FC Barcelona. Bayern manager Vincent Kompany him some team a friend in Barcelona right after the international break in the Champions League. Peseda Upamecano and Jamal Musiala are available to face Barcelona, because definitely that game isn't going to be easy. Mind you, Omoba away to come and play against Aston Villa for Unai Emery did the job on FC Bayern Munich against Vincent Kompany, and you know it's going to be a huge one. Barcelona and Paul and football my last game Robert Lewandowski went down clutching to his knee. Barca 4 are hoping say he's not too injured. Their manager said that he suffered from a slight injury, but the player still came on during the second half and nothing happened to him. He left the match in pain after strong tackle during the match, but I don't think say huge Cesar Pau Kubasi an official debut for Spanish national team, and congratulations to him. Of course, somebody a boy in the Olympics and the quality that Pau Kubasi and Spain for some games every year and now Messi about game in Argentina. He scored a goal in the way Messi fan there. Then it's good news for you. People have said, say, even at his age, Messi still a magical. On that same day, team of Portugal couldn't score Scotland away. I was Scotland one of them. Lionel Scaloni and Messi. So the only thing I ask of him is that he plays as long as he can, because it is the pleasure to watch him. And Scaloni being on Messi. You see, I haven't set a date or deadline regarding my future. I just want to enjoy. I just want to enjoy all of this. It moves me more than ever to be here. Feel the love of the people, because I know these could be my last matches. This drives me, enjoying being happy where I am, despite my age. When I'm here, I feel like a kid, because I'm comfortable with this team in there, and it speaks about retirement. Messi said 1,223 goal contribution in 1,077 games. Leo Messi more assists, whilst Ronaldo more goals. Not only Leo Messi make a lot of assists. Barca legend, of course, on your hat trick against team my friend in Bolivia, almost showed 7 goals to 0. Rafinha so over the week go against team my friend in Peru. So Barca, some good stuff in there, of course, with Lionel Messi more, and the quality of the players. It looks as you say everything has been solid for all of them. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Draw the curtains here. In the evening, we'll bring you another update, and tomorrow, of course, the leagues and everything this weekend will bring you. It's your best place make sure you're returning full force in terms of bets and team. So when join the Fiifi-Manfred channel now on WhatsApp, the link number 2, the link also to the groups number 2 can join in and then stake your bet. We don't lose bets. You got a weekend without losing of Fiifi-Manfred. This weekend we'll go again. See you. Bye bye.